Yo, I'm building my own dream. All because y'all said I couldn't.
Two for the team, we getting off of the block. I see him aiming at me, tell him get off of my jock. I'm gon' black out, I'm gon' black out, I'm gon' black out. Give me my ish, I'm back now.
What's good, y'all? You always do the intro, though.
I know. Welcome to another episode of How to Build a Dream. How to build your... I don't know the name of this podcast.
Hold on. This episode...
I still don't know the name of the podcast.
How to build your own dreams.
Okay.
Yeah.
How to build your own dreams. We had other working titles that were all kind of around this. That's why I get confused.
It may change.
True. Welcome to another episode of the How to Build Your Own Dreams podcast. I'm Erin Knight, the co-founder and president of Build Your Own Dreams.
Yep, I'm Brandon, also co-founder and VP. And today we are in Austin, Texas. My current, do I say home city? I don't know if I claim Austin like that. I love Austin.
Where you reside.
Yeah, this is currently where I reside. So yeah, we're in Austin. We're in the cribbo right now. We chilling. We just got from a very, very busy, productive weekend.
Oh, sheesh, yeah.
But before we get into that, oh yeah. Before we get into why we're in Austin or why Aaron's in Austin, we're gonna kind of recap some more about Tulsa. There's some points we wanted to hit on that we really didn't go into detail from the last episode. So we're going to kind of talk about that while we was there in Tulsa. We can kind of do a brief recap in case somebody missed last episode, and then we can just jump right into it.
Yeah, so I think every time we're in a city, the reason that we want to record is because we want to tell y'all what we learned, and since we didn't hit that. So we were in Tulsa for a music conference and festival. Spark Summit was the conference. Dreamland was the festival.
Yeah.
We were there to speak. I spoke on day one, and then Brandon and I led a breakout session on day two, and we vended both days, sold the T-shirts. So it was also, it coincided with the Dream Tour.
Yeah. And again, it was some very, very dope speakers. I can't remember the names.
Ty Baisden, who is Brent Faiyaz's manager. There's Yo Phillips, who's one of the greatest writers of our time. He's most notoriously DJ Booth, but he also just wrote a book with Ty Baisden.
I'm about to say, yeah, shout out the Culture Playbook.
The Culture
Definitely
Playbook.
tap in. I started it already.
You need to read it if you are even curious about the music industry.
Yeah.
It's just about a mindset. So even if it's not music, you should read the book. And then also La Russell was there.
Hey,
La Russell is our favorite. It's different.
Shout out La Russell.
It's different. Good company. La Russell is our favorite case study right now in the music industry. Guap Dad is one that we consistently follow. La Russell's up there with him right now as people that were just consistently studying in the industry. So it was really dope to see the way that he thinks. He gave a keynote, broke things down, and then we got to also watch him perform. And we met him, and he's just a cool guy. His team is dope. His mentality is dope. Yeah. What's up, y'all? My name is Erin Knight, and I'm the president of Build Your Own Dreams. We're a creative agency who seeks to holistically help creatives. And part of that is sending creatives to therapy, because you can't live your dreams if your mental health is not good or healthy or great, right? So you can go purchase a shirt at justbyd.com and help in that. Every shirt helps send a creative to therapy. So thanks, y'all. Go buy a shirt.
So yeah, speaking of La Russell, man, he got something that really hit home to us. He called it the 10,000 shot theory. And it's basically, if you shooting 100 shots, you shooting 1,000 shots, but I'm shooting 10,000 shots, I'm gonna automatically win because I'm putting no more shots than you. So essentially, it's just like he gonna outwork everybody around him. That's something that we thought our foundation was like, we gonna outwork everybody around us, like point blank, period. There's nobody that's working harder than us. And that's our mindset.
And it's also smarter too. We're also not being foolish with our energy. But yeah, I think the cool thing about 10,000 shots is that it's not just by sheer volume that you're beating somebody, but your form is improving. your understanding of the game, your mechanics become more. It's muscle memory instead of you having to do it every time. So it's just your game becomes more fluid. So now 10,000 is your norm. You can move on and do so much more because your body is stronger. You're at a different level. So it takes a lot less effort to do more. And people are consistently like, how are y'all doing X, Y, and Z? It's like we do this daily, so it's not that much effort for us to just add on this extra thing because our starting place is still beyond where most people are even willing to go.
And as a third layer to that, it's like it's consistency.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If you only put in 100 shots, what are you doing? You shouldn't even be playing the game.
It's a hobby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go
We
shoot
do this
b-ball
for a
on the
living.
street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're professionals.
We trying to go global. Like,
Yeah.
member mentality.
This is the big leagues.
You
This
know what
ain't
I'm
no little
saying?
play, not Pop Warner,
Yeah.
not even high school ball. No.
So we outside, we putting up shots. So it's just so many different layers to that mindset. So that's something that he talked about. And man, just
Do you want to give an example of putting up shots, maybe? Because I feel like people don't get it. People are like, "Well, nobody's
that's
calling
where I was about
me."
to go. Yeah, it's like, all right, let's talk from an artist perspective. I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast yet, but it's like we in a new age, a time of marketing in the music industry. Every industry. It's changing. If you on the internet, you have to become a content creator. No matter what you're doing, if you're an artist or, you're a painter, you skateboard, I don't know, whatever that you doing.
own a blinds company.
Yeah, it's about you have to put up the content. So the content is your shots. If you only putting up content once a week or you posting twice a week, like nobody's going to see that. Like, especially with this algorithm these days, it's trash. Like, it is, but you have to put up more content in order for people to see it. And another mindset on top of that, it's not even about how many people see it, it's about the right people seeing it. So if I'm in the gym every day and that coach, I may not even know that this coach is even watching me, but I'm in the gym every day putting up 10,000 shots. I'm not worried about if the fans see me that just show up to the game once a week and see me play.
You're preaching
you know
right
what I'm
now.
saying? I'm worried about
Yes.
the coach
Yes.
seeing me because I'm trying to get a scholarship to my
Fact.
favorite college.
Fact.
So that's
And
what we talk about.
Okay, so let's stay here. That's so good.
You know what I mean?
People consistently ask us, well, how do y'all get because people in positions to elevate people want to see people who are self-motivated.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be the most gifted or talented. You just have to be consistent. We get calls from major brands because they consistently know we're going to deliver a product. Mm-hmm. There are bigger brands who have a lesser conversion rate than us, or more known people who have worse conversion rates than us because, again, they're not out here in the world. We are consistent enough to where people are now saying, I don't know what they're doing, but every week we're looking, they're doing something. So I feel like they're capable of this thing. Just because you're bigger doesn't mean you're more capable.
Facts.
When people give you their money, they're investing in your capabilities, not your clout. So it doesn't matter how small we are, we're capable, and therefore it opens up more doors because the people who are watching our technique. Our technique tells them that we've been putting up shots. Your technique doesn't. You just painted a wall.
Yeah, it was this clip on social media on Twitter that I saw not too long ago, a Draymond Green talking to, I guess he was at a training camp or whatever. He was just saying, there's no reason I should be beating y'all in sprints right now. It's like, y'all younger, y'all 20-year-old, 19-year-olds, why am I beating y'all in sprints? Y'all not putting in the effort. Y'all just worry about just looking flashy, or you know what I'm saying, or you only want to show up when it's game time. But it's like, this is where you stand.
You only
out.
want to show up when
Draymond
it's
Green
game
is
time.
not nowhere near the best NBA player
and he's
in the
old.
NBA.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
he's
pushing
and
40.
he's heavy.
Yeah.
Like because he's not even in a bad way. He's a bigger dude. If he's beating 19 and 20-year-old rookies, what?
Exactly. But the reason that he's in the position he's in, what, 4 rings, 5 rings, however many rings he got, is because he got the same mindset. He's gonna outwork everybody on that court, and that's why a lot of people don't like Draymond, because that man's gonna get physical. Yeah. He's a dog on the court. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get every rebound. He gonna hustle for the steal, the loose balls. He's doing all the things that nobody else gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's the same mind. Like, how many superstars that's gonna come through in this generation? Everybody want to be the Drake. Everybody want to be Beyonce. But what about the currencies of the world? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. What about the chameleonaires of the world?
Come on now.
Like, so take the music money, same mentality, flip that joint, become a. He's managing close to $1 billion in assets. Y'all want to be cool?
What that means?
Chameleonaire is. He has his own hedge fund.
Facts.
What?
Come on now.
Y'all is got to be different up here.
I think people be sleep on Nas too. That man moving differently.
Do you know Ring?
You know what I'm saying?
Nas was an original investor in Ring. Like,
it's like
what?
Everybody want to be up front because they want to be seen. Don't worry about that. That's gonna come. Like, we might not give Draymond Green his flowers, but we know who he is because you know what I'm saying. Like, he ain't trying to be LeBron James. He's Draymond Green. And that's who that's who he is. Like, don't worry about being seen. So, I don't know. It's just so many different layers, man. Dive in. I think also got a ebook or something, right? Yeah. On this site called 10,000 Shots. So, dive in on that.
10,000 Shot Theory,
Yeah. So, definitely tap in. I think something else that stood out during this conversation is, I think LaRussell spoke about it, but I think Tyler actually the one who told him about it, and it's about making albums and looking at it as real estate.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
That's gonna hit home.
This one was great.
So basically, I think he talks about this in the Culture Playbook too. But basically, it's just so different. Like, the singles is cool, which we always kind of what we push, but he's like, the albums though is what. It's like property. Like, each album is a different property that you own. And then something that they do to keep the money in the family is like, if you give me money or help me or invest in me or work on me, now you're an owner or you have equity in this property. Yeah. So that's something that LaRussell does. He said he gave his whole team equity in the album. That's why he dropped. I read the other day he dropped 19 albums in the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. That means he's got 19 properties. Yeah. And he's independent.
His team co-owns that. Most artists aren't that type of selfless. Most artists are like, oh, you got your 20%, your 30%, and we're out. And he's like, not only are you going to get your percent from what we're building now, but you get future residuals because you contributed to this. Yeah. So now everybody is even more geared into, let's make this pop. Let's make wise decisions with the back catalog, all those different decisions. Yeah.
Right. And he talks about even like, not if you want to go labor out, that's on you. But it's like, why rent the house? Yeah. Like, you can only rent for it. Like, how long can you rent? Like, even in a real life instance, you don't want to rent forever.
And he said a label deal is like, I can't remember how he put it, but it's like, you made the house, but you're renting it from the label. And
exactly.
It's like, how are you paying rent in the house that you built, but they own it? And then even like, yeah, like he said, working with the label is like paying rent forever. You know, like, what? Nobody would ever think that way. In the same house that's not giving you, is breaking down. They're not exploiting it. They've moved on to their other properties. You living in the hood and you don't even own it. You know?
So, yeah, that's something that's, I don't know. It's just, we got so many. And the festival not even that big. Like, the summit, I don't know how many years the Spark Summit actually been going on, but it's still like small.
I think this was its first year, right?
Oh, it was the first year?
I think so.
Dope. So it's like, man, it feel like South by used to be before it got what it is now.
They had Ryan Wilson, who is one of the co-owners of Greenwood Bank, and he was a founder in the Gathering Spot, which is Atlanta, DC, LA. I'm actually on a Gathering Spot tour right now, crossing over these. Yeah, and other
It
business
was just so
people
many dope people.
from
So many dope
all
people.
different areas. Like there was money. There was so much money in the city. That's another reason.
Yeah.
Another thing we have to talk about. There were so many business types who are looking to invest in creatives and invest in creative companies. And so even as a business model, we're about to shift a lot of our focus to Tulsa because there's so much money in the city because their goal is to become the next music city. They want to be the next Austin or Atlanta within the next 10 years. So they have city endowments, they have investors, they have nonprofits, and they're essentially like Tulsa Connect is paying people to move into Tulsa to work there if you're a remote worker. There's just so much opportunity. So for us, another one of our reasons that we're constantly putting up shots is to be put in new environments. And when you're in a new environment, we could hustle in Austin and Atlanta for the rest of our lives.
Facts.
But for 1 year, we could hustle in Tulsa and get way more results. So it's like, that's another thing. More shots means that you learn more quicker. So you're not spending the same effort to get a massive result. Whereas we used to throw a show and maybe make $300. Now it's like when we throw shows, we don't even care about the ticket sales anymore because we have sponsors.
Yeah.
So like it's just, but had we kept throwing shows to sell tickets, you're hustling backwards. You got to start somewhere. You got to build a basis. But now it's like, okay, tickets are cool, but this person gave us 3,000. This person gave us 5,000. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm glad y'all came, but now we can really provide opportunities.
Yeah.
And that came from us being exposed to different ways to do business and not just repeating the same cycles because we're not putting up enough shots to change our cycle.
Yep. So yeah, we just want to encourage y'all, like, put up the shots, do the work, and get outside. Like, go meet people. Like, the internet is cool, but you know what I'm saying? You can only do so much. Like, go
The
meet some
internet
people.
is like the
go
playground.
network. Yeah.
It's like the playground, but we live in the real world. Like that playground is cool, but ain't nothing gonna happen on the playground.
Right.
Really, you may meet up with somebody and make a deal, but
Facts. Like, go meet some people. Go outside. Yeah.
And be a person. Let's just say this.
Be human.
Don't walk in the room like I do this, and this, and you need to pay attention to me. We were around some really big people, and it wasn't about let's talk to them or let's show up to this panel. Even when I was younger, I used to be like, we got to show up to this panel so they know who we are and they work with us. Now it's just about the knowledge.
Right.
When we do the right thing and become the right people, the right opportunities come to us.
Facts.
We don't have to, hey, this is what we do. Pay attention to us. Talk to like we're here for the knowledge.
Facts.
The knowledge is priceless. So show up, but show up ready to learn and then show up ready to serve. Like if somebody needs you to do something, like it cost a lot to fly us out to do panels. But we saw that the panels were in their first years and we were like, it wasn't no money, but we didn't take what our regular rate was because we wanted to invest. It's a new city we'd never been to. We wanted to learn. So we're like, if y'all are going to make it opportunity, we'll sacrifice a little bit on that end.
Right.
It may be one of the most worth trips we have ever taken.
I wasn't even going there first.
Yeah. And this was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the real world, like literally our next meeting is coming from something that happened there.
Facts.
So it's, don't come in just, I want this thing. Show up as you. If you are the right person, that opportunity is going to present itself.
Like, perfect example, real quick, just so y'all know, like, we was in a green room or the art, whatever room you call it, I guess green room, with LaRussell and Ty. Yeah. But we was just like, hey, LaRussell, my name's Brandon Boone. I work for Build Your Own Dreams. Like, we literally didn't say. I was like, yo, what's good, bro? I was like, yo. He was like, man, I already know. You ain't got to say nothing. Dapped up, and that was it. Like, we didn't have no long conversation. Same thing with Ty. I walked up to him. I was like, bro, appreciate you. We learned a lot. I left it at that. You came in the room.
Yeah, he came up to me and was like, oh, that's your business partner? I'm like, yeah.
Then he heard me talking to the other guy about us being a creative agency.
Yeah, so then he was like, oh, so y'all are a creative agency? I'm like, yeah. And then he was like, what do you do? We build community.
We tapped in.
Do.
You know
he was like, give me your number.
Easy. not saying it's always gonna be like that, but I'm saying it's like I just didn't go to him again. Hey, my name Brandon Boone. We like, oh, actually, he complimented on my shirt. That's what made me talk to him.
True.
He was like, I like your shirt. I was like, cool, yeah, man, that's our shirt. But I kept it. I wasn't trying to give him no good piss. Like he was chilling. Cause you gotta fill the room out sometimes too. Like he was.
You
snacking.
already in the room.
Yeah.
Don't
like,
try to sell in the room. Yeah, you already
don't
there.
Force it. So it's I think that's it.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Like, comment, share. Tap in with us. Make sure you follow the BRD gram and BRD tweets on social media.
And if you want to comment below, like the type of shots you're putting up or the questions about your shots, I feel like it's normal for us. This is what we talk about all the time. It's super regular for us to understand these things because we're talking about them all day.
Right.
If you don't understand this, we can do a breakout on Instagram or another YouTube video. So if you have questions, like comment.
Tap in.
We'll say what's up.
Bet. See y'all next time.